30. Devotional Thoughts for Women, written by Monica Diaz, read by Belinda Sainsbury. A pleasant good morning, dear friends. Today, July 22nd, our devotional is entitled Eve's Legacy. The biblical account of Eve is an excellent reminder of what a Christian woman's true priorities are to be. John MacArthur. Eve. This name, having only 3 letters, brings to mind so many things. In general terms, they are not good things. As centuries have gone by, we have reduced her to being the main character in the fall, not just any fall, but the fall with a capital F, the one who urged Adam to sin, the receptor of a brief but harsh curse that affects us as women to this day. Could we possibly find anything good about her legacy? The first woman's name is mentioned directly in the scriptures only 4 times. In the Old Testament, we read, Adam named his wife Eve because she was the mother of all human beings. Genesis 3:20. And the man was intimate with his wife Eve, and she conceived and gave birth to Cain. Chapter 4 and verse 1. And in the New Testament, we read, Eve was deceived by the snake's clever lies. 2 Corinthians 11:3. And Adam was created first and then Eve. 1 Timothy 2:13. It's a very succinct way of presenting the story of a life which invites us to focus on its most important aspects. Although they don't mention her name, there are other Bible verses that indirectly refer to Eve. And one of them is the one I want to highlight this morning. It's found in Genesis chapter 4 and verse 26 and says, When Seth grew up, he had a son and named him Enosh. At that time, the people first began to worship the Lord by name. Who had transmitted the name of the Lord and a knowledge of him so that it led to worship? Obviously, it was Adam and Eve. The mother of all who live made sure the knowledge of God was passed down from generation to generation, a knowledge she had acquired firsthand in the great measure thanks to her major fall, but allowed her to see the Father's mercy and love as she would have never imagined. Eve learned how important faith, obedience, and worshiping God were after having experienced the consequences of her very serious mistake. As a result of such a hard lesson, she decided to pass on the knowledge of the Lord to her descendants. What legacy are you leaving your descendants? Are you intentional about what you want to remain alive in them because of what you have learned in life? What do you convey to them about the precious lessons each mistake teaches you? Eve, the mother of all human beings. Genesis 3 verse 20.